Joining me now is Yehoshua Zlotogorski, who is the Director of Business Development with OurCrowd. Thank you so much, Josh, for being here with us.
My pleasure.
So let's talk about why the startup community is so important to the automotive industry.
I think the answer is very simple. You have more innovations coming out of startups that automotive companies need to be looking at, they need to be partnering with, right? So at OurCrowd, we're seeing 150 new companies a month. No automotive company, no matter how many dollars they're spending on R&D, is going to be seeing 150 new ideas per month, right? So the amount of innovation that's coming out of the startup ecosystem that's relevant for the automotive world is immense. Even, Israel, we're a small country, we have 600 companies who are involved in this field, right? Anywhere from sensors to complete mobility platforms and everything in between. So it's not so much a question of, can automotive companies not be involved? It's they need to be involved.
So let's talk about some of the challenges, though, when it comes to startups in the automotive arena.
Sure, and there are many challenges. I think the main challenge is just the mindset, right? The mindset and the talent gap is very large. Most startups are small. They have a team that's heavily software or computer science oriented. Most automotive companies are the opposite, right? They're these massive organizations that are built on years of, first of all, customer safety, right? Automotive products are created to the highest standard possible. And so, startups are built towards something else. So getting those two worlds to mesh is very, very difficult.
Let's talk about how organizations like yours help the automotive industry.
Yeah, sure. So we're funding a lot of different startups in the automotive world, right? So we have a portfolio of 10 to 12 different companies who are in that field who are relevant, and we're very active in matching those companies with our automotive contacts, right? Because we know that this is a company that they want to see. And B, we've already had a learning curve of how to work with different automotive companies, right? Different OEMs operate in different ways, different tier ones operate in different ways. So we've done this process already once, twice, 3 or 4 times, so we can take that learning curve and help the startup that we're partnering with.
Innovation can be disruptive and it can be non-disruptive.
Right.
So how do you look at innovation? Tell me what's important about it.
Yeah, so as an investor, we're always looking for a return, but so this goes into where you're innovating, right, and what market you're going for. So the truly disruptive companies happen when new technology meets existing business models and just completely change the status quo, right? But those are few and far in between. Right? That's Uber who came in and said, well, instead of selling you a car, we're just going to get you from point A to point B. Right? You don't need to buy a car to get from point A to point B anymore. Right? But we're backing a lot of companies that aren't doing something like that. They're doing, I'll call them disruptor aids. Right? So now autonomous driving is the new thing. Right? So we've backed a radar company doing high-resolution radar, right? That's not a disruptive factor, but that's one of those components that are necessary to be in there, right? ViaVision, a company that we've backed, is doing sensor fusion, right? So you take the LiDAR, you take the radar, you take everything the car is seeing, and you turn that into one picture. That's less of a disruptive model. A company that actually just got bought 2 days ago by Uber was named Jump Bikes, right? Jump was actually changing the way people got around inside cities, from cars or Ubers or walking to an e-assist bike. So that's a disruptive model, and we look at those in 2 different ways because they're both very relevant, and as investors we want to be backing both companies. There's room for all of those.
All right, Josh, lots of information, good information as well.
Thanks, great being here.
Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.